Arafat, you're a snake. You're a no, she is. She is. No, she is.
Princess.
You're a rat.
Look, I don't talk to animals because she's always behaving like one.
I can't be out here doing big sis and then you're slandering me about and calling me mentally unstable or whatever it is.
It's because of morals I have not dragged her by the hair now.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is AJ Sweet Lover and I am Lover. And in this video, I will be discussing Real Housewives of Abuja episode 8. But before we start into the conversation of today, please subscribe to this YouTube channel because the Jace never ends. It's Lover. So let us go into the conversation proper for Real Housewives of Abuja episode 8. So for this episode 8, I feel like Comfort is really Mommy Gio. Like, she's Mommy Gio. She's doing too much in the sense that I don't know. I'm even short of words because the disrespect is too much, and all now, Princess is speaking up. You where the yab, you where the disrespect, you know one talk. Princess we get loud mouth, down to talk for you. You're not still stopping her from talking. I beg, Mommy Gio should calm down. She should let Princess talk. In as much as I do not really like Princess from the beginning. You know, the impression Princess gave us, like the very first 3 or first 4 episodes, we saw Princess as just this loud, trouble, I want drama type of character, like type of person on this show. But having watched to this episode now, we realize that I think Princess is not just all about drama. It's just a personality. She don't take trash. She don't take rubbish. Once it is happening, she wants to say it as it is. And it's just so cool that we have people like her on this show. So this episode adds so much, and it's just so crazy how everything turned out on this episode. And I think I just want to discuss, I don't want to really narrate the scenes of this episode, but just discuss the cast and what their story was on this episode of the Real Housewives of Abuja. So I'm starting with Samantha. It's like me starting with the list. So I'm saving the most. Not like I'm saving the most for the end, but we should just start from the list. These people do not really have so much to talk about. So for Samantha had just little. She held this event. And you know, Samantha is not really having so much on this show. She's just there. So she held this she took them to a fashion studio, or she hosted the ladies at a fashion studio, and she kind of showed them what she had at the studio and kind of encouraged them to buy. So while they were having all of this, the drama for this episode actually happened, and it was between Comfort and Tutubai. So that's all for Samantha. And for me, I just feel like she should have kind of really hosted something way better. It's just so, yeah, for me, the runway was not so much, but it's not so bad since it's just like very few ladies. I felt proud. This show had just been, and it should have been an opportunity for her to showcase much of her, of what she had in her studio and the rest. So probably if she had kind of just utilized the show to just go to go all out for a fashion show, like where she have more than enough models. They actually have a real fashion show. You get, so probably a good number of her outfits will be out there. A good number of people will see them, and probably it might actually translate to sales for her when the show eventually come up, like we've seen today. But what they put up or what they did was not so much. So it might not. I don't think people see so much of what those models were. So we're talking more of being encouraged to buy them. So that's that for Samantha. Then next to OJ Pusherella. OJ Pusherella, the Honorable Minister of Happiness. You know, for me, before this show actually came up, when we were seeing just these short clips of the cast and the rest, I feel like, oh, OJ Pusherella would be like the vibe queen. OJ Pusherella is just there. Not as much as, and I think many people complain about the way she talks and the rest and how it irritates them. Now I'm getting to get bored of it too, and it's becoming annoying. But OJ Fisher is one kind of funny character or funny cast where, you know, she can always just switch into different characters. And I love the Mate with Comfort. They add meaningful conversation about women in society, marriage and how she's not all and all a marriage person. And during this conversation, I realized that that opinion or that view that Comfort preach a lot and the rest. Comfort is this person that have a lot, like would I say, a lot of wisdom to share. So when she starts speaking, it's always just as if like she's preaching or she wants to just teach you something. It's just like that for people who have a lot to share. So it's always like that. So their meeting was actually very wonderful, and I like it was about them and it was not like a conversation about the group of ladies on this show and this person say this person say this person say that. It was them trying to build a relationship or a friendship, so it's understandable. So after OJ Prishora, so OJ Prishora too, she's not really doing so much in this show. She's just there on and off. And the question where what's the name, Comfort actually asked, like, how will they even truly know OJ with all of these characters she's always putting up? That is one thing, like, because OJ can always just put up this different character. So that's that for OJ Pushirela. So I move into Princess Jikoko. So in this episode, Princess had it all for the last episode. And this episode, I think for the past three episodes now, I'm fast becoming a fan of Princess Chikoko. I don't know if this is making sense, but Princess is just this person that she wants peace. But in as much as she wants peace, she does not want rubbish. She won't take nonsense. So it's lovely. Princess was able to. Okay, we were shown Abby, we were shown how she went for a date with her husband and they celebrate 7 years of being married together. It's a very wonderful one, and for someone like Princess, it's just a very, very wonderful one. Then after that, we had this part. Okay, she also played a very major role in this, in mediating and in this issue we had on this episode around Tutupai, Arafat, and Comfort. So let me go to Comfort, and and I like the fact that she really attacked Arafat. Like, she was very, very loud about the way she was attacking Arafat. And one thing about Arafat's quietness and like calming, forming classiness, that is not genuine. However, I'll be putting this disclaimer that all of this I'm saying is based on what we've seen or what we were shown on this show. I do not know this cast from nowhere. I do not have personal relationship with them. So it's just what we saw or what we were shown on this show that will determine how we are going to discuss them. So nobody should actually feel bad about my comments here, because this is what these cast have projected themselves to be. So for Arafat, I feel she's guilty and she's just a mean person. The way she projected herself, probably in real life or probably away from the show, she might be a better person. But on this show, she is not really doing so well. Why have I decided to say this? This conversation about Tutu Pie and Comfort all started, and this conversation centers around Arafat. Like, Arafat said this, Arafat said that. But Arafat was not even there to clarify the air. Arafat was not even there to actually clear the air or probably just try to support these people now. She was just there forming bougie lady or classy lady, which I feel she's not. Because if she does not want to shout and do the rest, why did she shout with Princess in her house? Oh, that was her house, so she had to deal with it. Okay, that's the excuse I'll get, and I'm just giving the excuse in advance. So for me, I feel like Arafat is she not really try. She no try. Because, and also all of this actually happened because she went to tell Tutubai what Comfort told her. You get. But one thing I want to discuss here is that Tutubai is not someone who will, I say, smart enough to deal with things. And even with the way she actually act out on this show, she just projects herself. She just confirm the rumor about her, like, okay, that she's mentally and morally unstable. Sincerely, everything Tupai did on this show just confirmed that yes, this girl no get moral. She is mentally unstable. Yes, because I don't know how people will project you will be saying this about you, and you now take a step further to just prove it right that this is true about me. And also, the thing is, everybody's trying to keep this thing a secret. Like, they're trying to coin it, but Tutupai was out there shouting weed, 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 and now we now understand everything that was happened and why she was late and not drunk. You get, if you don't get it, you should get it. So, all of this episode after the staycation, there was this, oh, Tutupa, you were drunk, Tutupa, you were not yourself, and the rest, and the rest. So, on this episode, Comfort and Tutupa had confrontation, and they had like this back and forth. And the main idea here is that everything I was able to get is the fact that Comfort already told Tutupai that I think Tutupai was judging Arafat about being an alcoholic person, you get. So Comfort already told what's the name Tutupai that you are not in the position to judge Arafat about taking so much of alcohol because there is no, you're not saint either, you get. But Tutupai is being dramatic and everything because now with everything now, upon every watching to the end of this episode, we realize that Tutupai was told this by Comfort herself. So why is she not making big deal out of it? Like, if you watch other episode of this, my reviews of For Real Housewives of Abuja, I've always been vocal about how Tutupai is just a drama person. She's just looking for drama, even where there is no drama. You get, and now she had actually kind of put out drama even at the detriment of herself because now she already told us about what she smokes. And there was this conversation where even what's the name Comfort was talking about, okay, they should just be careful with the authorities and the rest. So it's just obvious that these people are always eye on this thing. No be my mouth now go take here. So I know because I was like, what is so special about this alcohol thing? Everything like, like I think taking alcohol is something everybody, like a good number of people do, and it's not like probably an illegal something. So why is so such? What is this? Why is this conversation so reoccurring? On this episode, I eventually get to understand everything so well because now Tutupai was there shouting, was it weed? Was it weed? Was it weed? They're not like, oh, so this is actually everything they've been hiding. And I guess for me, with everything I could get, I think Tutupai and what's the name? Arafat are into this, and they've been trying to kind of take it out and not make it be part of this show. But Tutupai say no, everybody must know my secret because your secret is like has been a secret, but she's just always finding every way to make it an open one. That's one thing. So I don't think maybe she's smart. I guess so. So it's just so crazy how this episode turned out, and those messages Tutupai sent to Comfort, they are so mean. Her apology is so fake. Everything, like it's just so crazy. This episode is just a lot. And for me, I don't like the fact that Comfort was there. I'm not saying she should not accept the apology, but when Princess, who had the mouth to talk, was talking, I don't know why Comfort was not still telling her, oh, she should just try to make everything cool. Let her talk, make she talk. Because I feel if you're not doing the talking, fine, don't do. But people want to talk, don't keep them quiet. That's one thing I don't like. So I guess with this show, what's the name? Comfort we get to understand this. So I think we have so much to discuss and so much will really be their conversation during their reunion. So that is that for Real Housewives of Abuja, episode 8. Bye.